Hi all, welcome to the new academic year. I know it is highly unfortunate to welcome you all to the new academic year in this way, but what to say, highly unfortunate, that's all. This pandemic or this COVID 19 really affects almost all the sections of the society. Educational institutions are also no exceptions. Almost all the educational institutions in the world are now in a dilemma or now in a challenging scenario how to proceed in this crisis. 100% online system we need to follow. Even some of the universities adopted this online educational system earlier, but not 100%. This time we are left with no option but to follow 100% online classes. That is really a challenging thing, that is really a new thing, so it's a challenging scenario. But from my point of view, or my personal suggestion is, this is a very positive change, or this is a much needed change. At least 5 or 10 years down the line, definitely we will switch to the online classes, no doubt on that. I'm not saying that we will completely switch to the online classes, but this online classes or the online educational system will play a major role in the future academic activities. At least this crisis brings an opportunity, or at least this crisis speed up the much needed transformation. Anyway, I'm not going into much details of all these things. Many stalwarts already give many sessions on this online educational system and how to proceed in this online classes, so I'm not going into all those details. So I don't think I need to give a detailed description of myself. I'm Dr. Vibin Goban. This semester I'm going to teach you mechanics of machinery. This is a core paper in fifth semester. In this lecture, I will explain what you are going to study in mechanics of machinery. Just going to give a very small introduction on mechanics of machinery. In the upcoming sessions, I will give more academic details, more technical details. Here I am giving some very basic introduction only. Okay, so let's start with a couple of videos. Just watch this video. Very interesting, isn't it? See, just imagine that few years down the line, if Trinity College is hosting a sports event and we need a stadium, or we don't have the stadium infrastructure, or if the stadium infrastructure is needed, then probably we can rent this thing. This is how the technology is evolving every day. So, watch one more video. This is also an interesting one. See how it is unfolding, how various links are unfolding, or various elements are unfolding. How a small structure turns into a big one. So a portable office, a portable building, a portable home. Very nice and interesting concept. Maybe the future of home is like this. So I included one more video, but it is a lengthy video. But watch the video for few seconds. See, if you search in the YouTube tenfold innovations, you can see similar videos, lot of similar videos. And also the videos which I included in this PowerPoint is more a computer generated videos, but real videos are also available, practical videos watch those practical videos and you can see how these things will unfold and fold. But sorry, I didn't include that practical video. I included the computer generated videos only. Maybe you can search also 10-fold innovations. That will show you a lot of innovative videos. Anyway, let's stop this thing because this is again repeating, I think. So let's move on with the subject. Now, assume that you got a job in Ford company, a dream job, and you need to design an automotive windshield wiper system. What are all the things you need to consider when designing a wiper system? It's simply a wiper. So this is the animation also I included. So just imagine what are all the things you need to consider when you are going to design a wiper system. The first and the most important thing you need to consider is the appropriate movement of the wipers. Since this system is familiar, we are already familiar with this system, so we can predict or we can imagine the real movement of the wiper. So this in this animation you can see that is the movement of the wiper. So the first and most important thing is to determine the appropriate movement of the wiper. Another important thing is the driver and passenger side wipe angles. That is also another important thing, that also you need to decide how much angle it needs to wipe. That also depends on the design of the car, whether it is an aerodynamic design or several other factors are also included. So the wipe angles is very important. And the third thing is the location of the pivot. As you see in the animation, this is the pivot. The location of this pivot is very important and you can understand after you complete the upcoming sessions. So this location is very important. And one more thing is the timing of the wipers. That also you can adjust, you can increase or decrease the timing. So these are the very few things. There are many other things also you need to consider while designing an automotive wiper system, but these are the few things which you need to give prime importance. So for this wiper system, like most machines, understanding and analyzing the motion, again understanding and analyzing the motion is very important to ensure the proper operation of this system. Okay, again forces are an important factor, but in this thing I didn't include anything about the forces. What are the various forces acting on the system? I didn't mention anything about that. Here I mentioned only about the movement of the wiper, that is the motion. I give prime importance to the motion. That is what you are going to study in this subject. These type of movements and the motion analysis are the focus of this subject. Mechanics of machinery or the kinematics of machinery, this subject deals with the motion of the various systems. Understanding and analyzing, understanding the motion, designing the motion, analyzing the motion. These are the things which we will study in this subject. Now I will give a small definition of the subject, the theory of machines and mechanism, which is another term for mechanics of machinery. So, so the theory of machines and mechanism is an applied science that is used to understand the relation between the geometry and motion of the parts of a machine or mechanism and the forces they produce this motion. The forces I include because considering this subject as a whole, you will study the motion as well as the forces. But in S5, in the 5th semester, considering this subject, mechanics of machinery, you will concentrate only on the motion, not on the forces. Force part you will take care of in the 6th semester, dynamics of machinery. Okay, so this is the definition of the subject. Before starting any course, the faculty needs to address three questions, three most important questions. First one is, what are the prerequisites for this course? You also imagine what will be the prerequisites for this course. Obviously, it is strength of materials and engineering mechanics. One can also say that strength of materials is a totally different thing. There you are dealing mostly with static structures, and here movement is involved, motion is involved. that is, you are dealing with dynamic systems. But to some extent, or to a great extent, many of the basic concepts in strength of materials will be repeated in this course also. Similar will be the case with engineering mechanics also. The free body diagram, the moment of inertia, some basic things will be repeated here. So the prerequisites for this course are strength of materials and engineering mechanics. Then how this subject will help you in the future academic career. As I already mentioned, in the next semester, you will be studying another subject called dynamics of machinery, which is a clean continuation of this subject. This subject, where you stop this subject at the end of this semester, next semester you are starting from that point. So that dynamics of machinery is a very clean continuation of this mechanics of machinery. And also when you promote to higher semesters like S7 and S8, there are subjects like design of machine elements 1 and design of machine elements 2. There also many of the important concepts in mechanics of machinery will be repeated there. Many things like gear and gear design, clutches, governors, everything will be repeated there also. So this is a very important subject from the academic point of view. And also, if you, in the later stages, if you prepare for any competitive examinations like GATE examinations or UPSC or something, this is very important. The weightage of this subject is high. And the last and the most important question, how this subject is going to help you in the practical world. I don't think I need to explain much, because you already saw 3 videos. There you see how the whole structure is unfolding and folding. Okay. But if I need to explain more about how this subject is going to help you in the practical world, you need to know what this subject is. You need to have some basic idea about what this subject is. So I can't explain that thing at this point of time, but after 1 or 2 sessions, after 1 or 2 lectures, I will again come back to this same question. Anyway, in almost all the practical things, wherever, or in almost all the engineering things, wherever the movement is involved, dynamics of machinery got its importance. Okay, so this is all I have to explain in this first lecture. As I already told you, this is a very basic lecture. I just explained the very basic concepts of the mechanics of machinery. From the next lecture onwards, I will go more into the academic things. I will stick more to the syllabus. Okay, so this lecture will give you an idea about what you are going to study in the mechanics of machinery. Further things I will explain in the upcoming lectures. Okay, thank you for listening to me. This is our future. At least for the next 1 semester, this is how we are going to interact. So please cooperate with us. Thank you once again.